Welcome back to Fit for Life. And I hope you're here for strength training today because that's what we're going to be doing. The name of this show is It's Never Too Late to Do Strength Training. It really isn't. Um, when I trained for what I do many years ago, I'm going to say maybe 30 years ago now, I went to a physical therapy department in a retirement community, and they were putting a woman that was 105 years old on a leg extension, if you've ever seen that kind of machine. And I said, what are you doing to that poor woman? And they said, she loves it. She was in a wheelchair, and now she can get around with canes, and she's out of her wheelchair. So I'm not saying that's going to happen for all of you, but maybe some of you that are in a wheelchair are a little compromised. We'll be able to do something. There's always something we can do, even if we're sitting. If we're sitting all day, we can still strengthen our upper body and even our legs if we can move them at all. So keep that in mind. That was really exciting, and it set me on this path that I've been on for even many more than 30 years, probably 45 years now. So it is never too late to start strength training. But what would you do first? Check with your doctor, especially if you have a heart condition. And there are many other things we'd have to check for, but especially heart problems. So check with your doctor first. I'm going to show you my weights. Okay, these are 5-pound weights. I also use 8-pound weights, but I'm not sure what you are working with right now yourselves. But if you've never done strength training before, borrow someone's weights, or go someplace where they have weights, like a senior center, and just test them out. If after 10 repetitions, 8 or 10 repetitions, if you're doing them slowly and you feel no fatigue at all, your weight might be too light. So move on to the next. Some people use just 1-pound weights, which I don't think do very much, but if you're extremely weak, it's something. And then you can start putting those 2 1-pound weights together and doing some arm curls like this. All right, so just keep that in mind. Experiment, as I said, with 2 different sizes and just see how that works. And muscle weighs more than fat. So don't use strength training to lose weight, because you probably, if you're really doing strength training and you're doing it well and consistently, you might say, well, I'm not losing any weight. Aerobics is very good, for keeping your weight in check. So let's get started. And one more thing I wanted to mention. By age 70, you can lose sometimes about half the strength that you had when you were younger. So let's try to improve that, and also at the same time strengthen our bones. Really important. So let's bring those elbows into the body just for support, and bring those weights right up to the shoulder. These are curls, bicep curls. Do you know where the biceps are? Right there. Try it again. Breathe out as you lift on that first movement, and then slowly down. So it's not as easy as it looks, is it? Breathing out on exertion or on that first movement, and slowly down. And most of you know this already, I'm sure. But notice the abdomen, how it does tighten a little bit. So that's good. Slowly down. Let's say this is 5. Bringing those weights up and slowly down. And 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, up for 7 and slowly down. Let's do another one. Now, if you can do 10, that's fine. You can do it on your own if you are doing 10. So maybe we'll stop at 9 for some of us anyway. We'll bring those weights down slowly. That's where you gain the strength, on that second movement, on controlling the weight. All right? Let's turn the weights over. Bring your shoulders down. Let's do a little ear drop here, side to side. Good. And that is a nice stretch for your neck. And just relax. Relax that chin right down. Let the weight of your head pull your head forward a little bit. Good. and then you'll bring your head back up. Now, normally you would do 2 sets of that. If you're just starting out and your weights are very light and you're very weak, just start with 1 set. 1 set of 8, move up to 10. If you want to do 12 eventually, that's fine too. So that is for the biceps. Now, where are the triceps? Yes, right back here. So let's try this one together. Arms down, come forward in the chair. The arms are fairly straight. Turn your weights so that they're horizontal. I like to put 1 foot in front, just for a little traction there. Good. Out to the sides a little bit, and breathe out as you lift to the back. And slowly down. Try it again. You can go right up. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you want to do 6, that's okay. Try it again. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4. How are you doing? It does stiffen the neck. Do you notice it? Breathing out and lifting up to the back. And then we're almost on to the 5th repetition. Try it again. If you can only do 4 today, that's okay. It's better than nothing, isn't it? And slowly back. Good. Try it again. And slowly down. Another one. Good. And let's keep it at 8 today. This is a tough one. Breathing out. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Stand those weights up. Just relax a little bit. Let's move the head from side to side. Nice and easy, slowly. And let's turn the head a little bit. This will give you a little flexibility in your neck. You'll be able to turn without turning your whole body, right? That's important. Over to the other side, good. And then we'll go back. And if you need to grab some water, go ahead. And I'm going to be moving on to crossovers. This is great for the side of your body. Of course, they're all great for arm strength, right? So hold one weight up a little and cross over as you breathe out. And slowly back. The other side now. Hopefully you have arms on your chair. It does make it a little bit easier. All right, breathing out as you cross over. And slowly back. Good. Lift that weight up. Cross it over. And bring it back. Again, cross over. A little bit faster. Let's try it a little bit faster today. Except for the second movement. That should stay fairly slow. Reaching out, slowly back. And reaching out and across and back. And I lost count, but that's okay. As long as we're moving, I'm happy. Across and back. You need upper body strength. You need hand strength. We're going to work on that today too. We need our hands for everything, so we want to keep those strong too. So let's just relax for 1 minute. Let's breathe up through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. And as you breathe out, just drop your head right down. Feel a wonderful stretch there in the back of your neck, upper back. Oh, that feels so good. So let's do some strengthening for the forearms, the wrist, and the hands. Okay, are you ready? Now, I'd like you to come forward in your chair, and if you can, rest your arms right here on your thighs. If you can't do that, let's put the arms up here. Most of us do this. Rest those arms right on the arms of the chair, sitting up tall, shoulders down. Try to remember your posture if you can. We're just going to curl the hand up a little bit. We're not lifting this way. Leave the forearms down and a little curl. And 1. We're counting differently on this one. 2. This is great for your hands, your wrist. And 4. And 5. And 6. I can feel it. 7. And 8. Let's try for 10. And 9. Good. Kind of different, isn't it? Yes, it is. Let's rest those arms just for a minute. Side to side. Drop the chin down this time and over to the other side. Drop it down and back. Hello. Drop it down. Oh, I heard something that time, definitely. And then we'll drop down again. Okay, now let's turn the weights over, forearms on the arms of the chair. Now your hand and your forearm should be on the same plane. In other words, don't let the hand drop down like that. All right? We're going to do about the same thing, but this time you're looking at the palm of your hand instead of the top of your hand. Little curls up, 1. Just the hand is moving, 2. Can you feel it? I can. 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. Try not to drop the hand down like I just did, okay? Good. Let's put the weights down and just rest for a minute. All right. Let's breathe up through the nose and exhale out through the mouth as you drop the head down. Try to do this straight rather than on an angle. There you are, okay? One, just to rest a little bit. Lift one shoulder, then the other. Good. Just to loosen up that upper body a little bit. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now we're going to do something else for the wrist. 1 more. Good. All right. Now rest the arms on the arms of the chair again. And just twist. 1, back and forth. And 2, and 3. So we're working on the upper body. We're going to work on the lower body in a minute too. And 4. So we're using our free weights or dumbbells or whatever you want to call them. But for lower body work, we're going to just use our own body, okay? And 4, we don't have machines, strength training machines, so we can still strengthen our lower body. So I kind of lost count, but this is a good one, and it doesn't feel too bad, I don't think. Let's end with the paddle wheel, which engages almost all of the upper body muscles. But let's rest for a minute. Push that shoulder forward this time. Push it forward and across a little bit if you can do that. That should feel good. Feels good to me. So we did up, now we're doing forward. Now if you want to do something really difficult, we could just sit straight. Now we're not moving the body, we're just moving the shoulder. Can you go back? Try it. It's kind of different. One side will be a little more flexible, just pushing the shoulder back. I like this. I haven't done this for a while. But let's do one shoulder. I want you to push it forward, lift it up, and pull it back. See? It's a shoulder circle or roll. So it's forward, up, back, and down. Let's try the other side. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. One more. Good. This time it's forward, up, back, and down. My other side is much more flexible. I can feel it. And then just roll it. Just make a circle around and around. Kind of different, huh? We haven't done that before. So we will end this segment with the paddle wheel, again, which I said engages most of all of the upper body muscles. So just make believe you're a boat and this is the paddle wheel, right? Great. I can feel it. I can feel it across the mid-back, upper back, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, everything. Can you go back? Watch that chin. Don't do that. Back. And if this isn't a challenge, I don't know what is. It depends on your weights, of course. So let's put the weights down. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do just a little stretching for the upper body. Keep it simple because we still have some work to do. Just clasp your hands together Take a little sip of your water if you'd like. And just turn your hands over when you're finished. We'll wait a couple of seconds for you. And just push out. You can breathe out on this one if you want. And lift up. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Oh, doesn't that feel nice now? That because we've been doing some strength training with our arms, so we're going to just stretch out those muscles just a little bit. Push back. Good. Circle your hands. You've been holding on to those weights. Oh, that feels good. And then the other way, around and around and around. Good. Now let's do a stop movement. Pull those fingers back to stretch the hands out. Yeah. Let's try the other side. Straight out. Try to flatten out that palm as much as you can. I can really feel that in the wrist too. I'm sure you can, yes. All right, let's try this. Palms together and then top of your hands together. I know you can feel that in your shoulders. Palms together, top of the hand. Palms, top. Kind of different? Great. Wonderful. Give yourselves a hug. Cross. Grab those shoulders now. Let's pull that upper back apart just a little bit. We'll come forward, keeping your head up. Good. I know you can feel that. Wonderful. One arm out. And I'd like you to sit straight and pull it back as far as you could go for a good stretch. And you're flattening out that upper back. You have good posture here too. Let's try the other side out. And breathe out as you push back. Or just don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. All right, good. One more time, one more hug, pull forward. And then we'll come back. All right, now for the lower body, we're not going to use any equipment, all right? We've got a good 10 minutes to do this, so let's work on it. Again, strengthening the lower body. What do I give you? Probably on every show is the sit-stand, so let's do it. But I'd like you to do at least 4 if you can. 1 and 2. Good. And I'd like you to do this when you get up, when you're watching television too. And try it. If your couch is very soft, it might be impossible. And up. Okay, enough of that. Let's come back. All right. We're going to do an exercise now that is supposed to be one of the best for seniors to maintain lower body strength. And we don't do a lot of it in our everyday life. We don't live in a kind of society where people sit on the floors to eat and do a lot of other things. So we're going to do something called the squat. It's a little ungainly, but it's really important. And we're going to just bend those knees. Bend, bend, bend as far down as you can. Stay there for a few seconds. Relax, relax down there. And you're going to reach the arms out and push back as if you're going to sit. You're going to sit and reach. Really important to maintain your independence with your leg strength, right? And we're going to stay here, maybe 10 minutes. No, I'm only kidding, only kidding. Let's come back up. It's called the squat. Let's try it again. So lift those arms. First, let's bend the knees, then reach out, then sit back. So you're reaching forward and pushing back at the same time. Really, really important for function in daily life. We want to keep doing all the things, or most of the things we've done before when we were younger. All right? One more time. Arms out, bend those knees, sit back, and reach, and reach, and reach. Good. And then we're going to sit back up again. What do you think? That's a really important exercise. And you might be more comfortable just doing those at home, right? Okay, another easy exercise to strengthen your quadriceps especially is to just lift the leg up. And yes, you can hold on for this if you want, because we're strengthening now to improve our balance, of course. So just why don't you hold it up there as long as you can. Nice and tall, shoulders down, nice and straight. Lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it, and hold it. You can do this seated also. Easier, I suppose. You're not as obvious. We'll bring the other leg up, up, up. Try to get it straight out from the hip. If you can lift it a little bit higher, that's good too. The longer you hold it, that's good too. Or you can do a marching exercise and still get some benefit. And two, I mean, there's something, everyone can do something. Up. Again, you're holding on, which makes it a heck of a lot easier, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Here, good. Wonderful. Let's just kick out, just to loosen up a little. Kick those legs out. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, 9, and keep those low. Keep your foot low, and you can use your arms. Maybe that'll give you a little more balance. All right. Now, what I'd like to do is strengthen the lower leg, especially. So here I go again. Grab some water if you need it. Going to strengthen the lower leg, and we're going to do the easiest one there is to do, which could probably be done anywhere, actually. And I think you all know what it is. Yes. And what you're going to do, again, good posture is lift up 1 and 2. I'd like us to do 10 of these, and 3 and 4. And this is probably the one you're going to remember because it's so easy. And up again. Let go with one hand if you want. Try the other hand. Good. How about one finger? And up. And up. And try it without holding on. Without holding on. Try it again. And you know, the more you do it, the easier it gets. It really, really does. Now let's kick to the back just to loosen up a little. So it'll be 1. Feel a little stretch in your quadriceps when you do that. You can lean forward or do it straight. Either way. I like the forward better. It's just to loosen up with a little bit of stretching. And up. Good. And up. Wonderful. Okay. Now we're going to do some lunges, and we've done these many times too. And here's what you're going to do. You're just going to point that foot to the back. Ball of the foot comes down, and then the heel. But I'd like you to push yourself up. So what are we doing? We're strengthening, stretching up here, strengthening the quadriceps. Push yourself up and back. Pull that chin right in, ears over shoulders. All right. One arm out. See if you can balance. Can you balance there? So again, this is for balance. It's for strength. So you're doing more than one thing at a time. All right, now the other side. Point, ball of the foot, pull that heel down. Feel a stretch. I'm feeling it right away today. I'm going to push myself up. This knee is bent also. Make sure it's not too forward. Shouldn't be forward of the foot. You should be able to see the front or the top or your toes. Push yourself up. See if you can balance. Good. Arms up. Stretching. Strengthening and balancing, all in one. Isn't that wonderful? We just love it. I'd like us to sit down now, grab some water one more time. I'm going to turn my chair. Good. And I want to do one more exercise for the upper body, which is a great stretch for the front here. And it's a great strengthener also. So you're just going to clasp your hands and put them at your neck. If you can't do that, just touch the back of your neck, or maybe just your fingers will touch, right? And I'd like you to get your elbows back as far as you can. Wonderful. And let's just do a little turn, back and forth. Great. Good for posture. Good for stretching. Not so much for strength, but for stretching. Back, good. Let's do a little bend here. I don't know if we've done this part lately. Good. And 3, and 4, and 5. I kind of like this one. And 6. Elbows back if you can hold it there. That would be great. And back. Wonderful. Okay. I'm going to have you sit back. And of course, this stretching is for the upper body now. Hold on to your chair here. And just lean. Keep your back straight. Keep your chin up, as they say. See if you can just stretch and drop that arm down. Can you touch the floor? You might be up. There it is. I felt it. Do the best you can. You don't have to touch the floor, but if you can, that's great. And then we're going to just lean and lean, holding on, and see if you can touch the floor. Oh, it's not touching on this side yet. Oh, there it is. Wonderful. Shake those hands out. Circle. What I'd like to do, though, is end with my Grecian stretch again, because I love it and because it does so much for us. So let's turn those knees. You'll be seeing a lot of this one until I can find something better, right? All right, nice and tall. You're holding on. Push that heel back, reach down. See if you can lift. Pull that leg back as much as possible. Now, if you are not turned all the way, this will be much more difficult to do. So make sure both of those knees are turned on an angle, right? Good. Reaching down, lifting up, and pulling back. I don't want this, I want the leg to be more forward, or the knee to be more forward. Can you let go and just reach, reach, and reach again, and pull back, and pull back, and pull back, and pull that chin in. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Hold it. I would really like you to hold this for at least 20 seconds. If you can do that, if more, that's fine. Pull that chin in. Let's be perfect and look like a Grecian statue. Boy, I hope I do. And let that arm come down, and then gently let the foot down. We have to do one more before we go, so we're going to turn, reach down, lift up, and pull back. Make sure both knees are on an angle first. So we're reaching forward and pulling back. Wonderful stretch for all of the body, actually. Reaching forward, pulling back. Good, you're doing great. Wonderful, and very, very easy and gentle. Let that foot down. Good. Let's put those hands together. Thanks for joining me today. And we will see you the next time. You did a good job. You worked hard. And you've done something really good for yourself. See you next time. Bye.